What it is, guys, and welcome back to Comic Studio. And today we're gonna be checking out Neo's Comic Studio. And because it says in the banner, trust me, I didn't copy Salt, but she did copy Salt from some sort of an unknown reasons from their face. But I'm not sure this isn't going to be for such as a little bit of real thing. That was some kind of really weird as hell, like somewhere a little bit of Antichrist or something as well. So between of those characters, we just show up some sprites or spoilers as well. So I'm probably not very sure. Then the preview is going to be for user submitted sprites. It was probably available for this time, as for only one for some sort of skibidi toilets. So, and I'm not very sure this isn't going to be from Turkey from itself. In the last video, we didn't absolutely going to be using for submitted sprites, and I probably never gonna be able to be saying for this right now. And it has for submitted sprites, and probably that we didn't absolutely forgot to about for some sort of submitted sprites. So I might gonna be scroll all the way down here, and probably she's from the Middle East. I think this isn't going to be for such as a little bit as hell from Iron or like anything from itself, and contains more cringe stuff from, I don't really think so, from some sort of like this thing as well. It was from South Asians or something over the Middle East. I'm gonna be scrolling all the way up here, so this thing isn't gonna be for such as a little bit as hell, and many things is, oh my gosh, this is so much hell as probably to do this as well. So we're not gonna be using for some sort of studio crossovers. So we have three characters from the top to bottom as well, because these characters are all for herself except Cloudy's stuff. I just felt too bad another deleting it before the revamp. So I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for revamping for some sort of like those things. Where the previous versions of the Neo stuff as well. The version 2 of the Neo isn't going to be for such as existing, including the version 1 of itself. So let's just start for all the way up here for some sort of this. So that her name is Neo, and probably like itself, it was some sort of a female or something as well. And very not sure we're not South of Asians as well. So this is gonna be the bisexual for those things, the TV exy. So the male version isn't going to be for such as real. But I'm not very sure. This is absolutely for unknown reasons that the female version isn't gonna be for alike as well. So looks like we're starting at a small TV for something as well as a small child. But I'm not very sure this isn't gonna be for around here as well. On the female version, this is absolutely for some sort of mother version as well. And of course, it absolutely some sort of broke down or something as well. So this is absolutely small child. And one final thing, Cloudy stuff, not by Neo. Oh my gosh. These characters are most likely, we don't want to do it for something a little bit. So next one, there is no items, and for some sort of reasons as the effects, except backgrounds. So we have only 1, 2, and 3 for select the background, and towards the place in the panel for some sort of like this. So I will be able to be added for some sort of like those things as well. And nothing seen here in the drafts like year before. So I might gonna be added for something a little bit as well. So I'm probably getting rid of those things as well. So let's add it for something as well and doing for some kind of crossovers. So I'll be back in a moment for a pretty long time for something as well. So and don't worry, this will be taking for so long whatsoever, about for 6 panels. So this comic studio was created itself by Neon, but pretty possibly that isn't going to be for some sort of like those things. And as you can see, that says I'm Neo. And finally, we're absolutely going to be all the way up as well, but I'm not very sure this isn't going to be for such as later that we didn't talk it about for some sort of like this thing for now as well. So I just totally forgot like anything isn't gonna be for a place to be as well, that I just wasn't actually going to be saying for around in the last video that I just already did. So let's probably take in a look for some sort of that. Here's this thing that after that we just eventually added one of their memes and stuff and some cozy cafe characters like them is possible as well. So starting off here, we got for a troll face, even for a leafy person, Kirbayo, and a gnomed person for something as well. So that doesn't gonna be for making me laugh as well. So I think those characters that made me laugh since back in 2018, this is absolutely the comparison about of this person for some sort of like this as well. So we're not talking about for this a little bit straight. So she is close to the salt that we're probably seeing about for this thing as well. So he's right behind her, and the salt version 2 isn't going to be for looking at her as well. So nothing in the version 1 as well, because salt has just changed into something a little bit for something as well, for not kind of this, for unknown mention as well. We cover up for some the hips of those things as the TV girl like this, and especially we just completely added one of their with the persons like the cozy cafe things or something as well. This is absolutely for a sister and a brother and a little sister of as well. And probably we didn't cover up for some sort of rounds as well, so we definitely cover up some hips as well. So I'm probably sure that isn't going to be from anything as well. So we're not very sure that this character isn't going to be from kids as well, or like this as well. So this is absolutely for sexuality, as we probably that I just already saw back in a few days ago or something, as we probably we just expected around here. So you're gonna be at the age of 18 to view of this comic studio, before you might gonna be avoiding one of those characters or something as well, and nothing that I just gonna be trying to view about of those things as well. So I might gonna be private preview of this characters from those things as well, and probably they are age restricted and accept this for something as well. So probably it's not gonna be taking a little bit of while and a little bit for getting all the way for. No, I don't really think it was. So that could be the end of this video. So if you'd like to see this comic studio for around here, this comic studio is gonna be age of rated of 18, and this is probably for older teenagers to view of this comic studio, but unfortunately adults is probably only the thing as well. So this comic studio is gonna be for adults only, and the main website is going to be actually recommended for to do this as well. So thanks for watching, for all your support, and I'm going to be signing off that this is absolutely to do so as well, and I'm going to be talking to you mini lads and comic studio users all later, that I'll be see you here in 2 days. Twisms.